Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with home fragrance empties. It's been a while. It's probably been a week and a half or close to 2 weeks since I filmed this, so I have a lot of stuff. I'm gonna try to move generally quick and not sit on any one thing. You guys, I don't know. I've just been having some weird feelings this week about wax. Just like I'm over it. It's not exciting me right now. I look at everything I have and I'm just feeling the most intense overwhelm that I have ever felt. I sold some Teddy Beeswax, which I've never done before. Like, I just am feeling not great about my situation. And I feel frustrated that I almost feel like I focused on the wrong things in life, you know, and I know that's dramatic, but I have put so much time, money, energy into home fragrance, and I really need to be spending this time and putting it into other things. So I don't really know what that means. I'm not quitting home fragrance. I still love it, but I'm just having a week where I am feeling very, very overwhelmed and need to figure some stuff out. I don't know if you guys ever feel that way, or just where are you at mentally right now with wax in your wax collection? Because I feel like I'm drowning right now and I need to get back to the surface. So in any case, random spiel, but just wanted to share, I guess, a little bit of what's been going on in my brain. We'll start with Scentsy. Finished off a scent circle. This is Day on the Field. This was from the Father's Day collection last year. It was a decent scent circle. Good masculine fragrance. Sun-Soaked Petals. This was gifted to me from my friend Lauren. Thank you so much, Lauren. This was beautiful. This I melted in the bedrooms. This is like a musky, fresh floral. It's got the floral notes. It's got a little bit of like a warm quality, which I'm assuming is the sun-soaked portion of the name. And then it's got almost a hint of sweetness. Really, really pretty scent for the springtime. You definitely have to like florals, but if you like slightly muskier florals, that was really pretty. Frosted Petals. This is Snowberry, White Currant, Orchid, and Musk. Where did I get this? In a flash sale, maybe? This is very musky. You definitely get the orchid, but it has a lot of musky qualities to it. It's almost a bit powdery in nature, leans a little bit on that baby powder side. It was a pretty bar. I enjoyed it while I was in my warmers, but it's not one that I would search out again. Summer Rain. This one was gifted to me from Elizabeth here on YouTube, Elizabeth Quinn. Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents, I think is her channel name. This was gorgeous. Oh my gosh, Elizabeth, if you're watching, thank you so much. This is such a beautiful aquatic rain, fresh, outdoorsy type of fragrance. I loved this. This is beautiful. If you like Atlantic air, just those kind of aquatic, outdoorsy, atmospheric scents, this was entirely that. I would love to see this blended with like a dirt or a grass or something along that line. I think this would be a perfect blending scent, and I definitely would pick this up if I saw it in a clearance sale or if it ever came back and bring back my bar. Sun Ripened Berry. Picked this up in not the most recent flash sale, but the flash sale before that. I'm pretty sure this came in the bundle that I got. This is Orange Sorbet, Sun Ripened Raspberry, and Strawberry Sugar. This definitely gives you that sun ripened raspberry scent. Incredibly sweet and fruity. Almost leans a little bit like iced tea in nature. That's almost kind of the take on this bar I get. Like a raspberry tea. Great performer. I melted this throughout my kitchen. Good summer scent, bright and fresh. The Mother's Day collection, I melted strawberries and sunshine. So this was my second favorite on cold when I did my cold sniff review in that video. but my least favorite on warm. I wanted this bar to be more strawberry and more woodsy, but this bar is incredibly citrus heavy. It just doesn't give much more to me other than citrus, and that's disappointing. I wanted a really nice creamy strawberry and some woody notes, but I get citrus. It's a pretty citrus. It's an enjoyable bar, but it's just not, it didn't quite meet my expectations and just wasn't my favorite scent profile. Good performer though, and I have a couple more bars of that, so I will definitely use it and enjoy them during, you know, the summertime here, but not one I would pick any more of. Coconut Citrus Parfait. Christine gifted me this bar. I love this one so much. This was part of Bring Back My Bar, I want to say last summer, and was my favorite of the bunch. Really interesting that this was my favorite because I don't normally like Scentsy's coconut, and like I just kind of mentioned, I'm not a huge citrus person, but this, oh, it has notes of coconut milk, vanilla bean, and citrus. This is very coconut milk heavy. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Bali Black Coconut Sands body care from Bath & Body Works, if any of you out there are familiar with that. It's a very rich coconut milk, kind of tonka bean type of scent. Very sultry in ways. It's not your fresh coconut. And I really don't get a lot of citrus from this either. I feel like it's mainly the coconut milk, the vanilla bean. Gorgeous. Definitely my favorite from last year's Bring Back My Bar. Thank you, Christine, for sending me that. From Natalie, I melted a bar of Appealing Apple. This is one of her favorites, and it's one that I had in my club. And then when I canceled my club, obviously I lost access to it, and that's okay. I'm past the point of feeling like I need 4,700 of any one bar because I just can't melt through it quick enough. But this is a bar, I have one more bar of it, and I'll probably save that one for the fall, like early fall. I think it would be perfect. But this is just one of those bars that it's so beautiful. I hope that this one comes back. I'm so surprised that this got taken out of the catalog because I thought it was really popular. Natalie wrote the notes in there for me. Sweet juicy apple and pear with sweet pea. This is a very fresh apple. It's very bright. It's a good spring and summer apple as well because there's something just very fresh about this scent. Love Appealing Apple. It would be a great blender as well. I think I've only ever melted it on its own, but an awesome apple fragrance. Hopefully that one comes back in the future. Sun Castles. I believe this is in our current catalog. This was a new fragrance to the catalog last year. So this, I think, is year 2 of it being around. This has notes of coconut, pistachio, and almond. This is your boom boom type of fragrance. Like if you like boom boom, if you like perfumey, you know, coconut perfumey type fragrances, you would like this one. It's not the best performer in my experience. It's more of a light to medium performer, but I will just take one of these bars and put it in a whole bedroom, and I think it smells really fantastic. So definitely one I would get again. I'm pretty sure I have multiples of these. And this one, you know, is comparable to like the Barefoot Beach that's in the catalog now, but the Barefoot Beach has more kind of driftwood, woody notes, a little bit deeper, where this one leans a little bit fresher. But both of them are very boom boom-esque to my nose in nature, if those are types of fragrances that you enjoy. And then lastly from Scentsy, I have Pink Berry Sandalwood. So this one has been out for a couple catalogs now. This is a really beautiful scent. Pink Berry, Cherry, Tonka Bean, and Sandalwood. Gorgeous. Really, it pulls cherry perfume to me. You get kind of the sandalwood, you get almost this amber type quality. You get that beautiful sweet cherry, not medicinal in any way. Very much cherry, body care, cherry, perfumey types of fragrances. So if you're a fan of like Tom Ford Lost Cherry, there's Rip Groaning, Cherry Smoke, anything kind of along that line, I think that you would enjoy this scent. I ended up putting this throughout my open concept, but perfect bedroom fragrance as well. So that is it for Scentsy, and I don't have my vendor wax organized, so let me take a second to organize the vendor wax and we'll jump into that. So I'm kind of surprised. I pretty much have every vendor that you can think of this week. I'm all over the board with what I have. So lots of one and dones. From Candles by Victoria, melted a scent shot in Peace. Don't know the notes on this, but it is a perfumey floral type of fragrance. Very pretty. I enjoyed this. Not one that I need more of, but I really enjoy her wax. And so if I can ever get my collection to a more reasonable point, she is definitely a vendor I want to purchase more from, because you can try a bunch of different things in small quantities and her wax is just a boomer. Everything I've ever melted from her throws so well. From Second and Spruce, I melted off a little sample in Miss Priss. So this one is green tea, honey, peach, rose, sandalwood, and musk. This one really reminds me of Bougie from Lavender and Speckles, and so I wonder if it is a perfume type of oil or a dupe of something, because it definitely gives me that vibe. It's sweet. You get the green tea, you get the sandalwood, and some of the musk. It's just kind of a fresher perfume type fragrance. I didn't get much from this one though. This one did not throw great for me. Like I mentioned, obviously in the last week or two, I've kind of been over waxed, so maybe am I not paying attention to it as much when it's in the room? I don't know. I've also kind of changed when I'm changing my wax. I'm not changing my wax every day like I was. It's a little bit more willy-nilly right now, so maybe I just wasn't paying attention to this, but I don't remember really getting any throw from this in general. It's a pretty scent, but I've had the Bougie from Lavender and Speckles, and it's also not my favorite, so not kind of a scent category that I think I need more of, but always appreciate the sizes of her samples. I mean, so generous. From Sweet Tooth Scents, finished off Elderberry Donut. This was a souffle. I think that she changed her name to Sweet Tooth Apothecary, but this one has notes of elderberry, raspberry, bakery, and vanilla. This was gorgeous. I put this one in my open concept. This is a beautiful kind of sweet raspberry bakery. If you like really sweet macerated raspberries and want a little bit of a bakery quality as well, Elderberry Donut was so good. Her souffle, at least this one was a smaller souffle, and so I was like, ooh, is this going to be able to perform well in my open concept? Because I was only able to cut it into 6 pieces, where a regular size souffle I cut into 8. And so I was missing a couple of warming pieces. But no, it was gorgeous. It threw all day. Beautiful scent. Lavender and Speckles finished off a small bag in Pretty and Sweet. Soft pink chiffon blended with cashmere musk and sweet strawberry pound cake. This was beautiful. Pretty sure this is a Gilmore Girls collection blend. Oh, geez. A bird's chirping. He's got to go look. It is a really pretty on the strawberry pound cake. I love her strawberry pound cake. Then you get this kind of sweet perfuminess from the pink chiffon. Really beautiful bedroom scent. I like this a lot. I can't remember. Is this Rory? Is this Paris? I can't remember. Really nice though. Speaking of lavender, from Rainbow Melts, I finished off a sample in just her house lavender. So this is a mix of sweet and herbal lavender, she says. This was part of Summer's Rainbow Melts lavender sampler. So I picked that up because, for one, Summer made it. 2, the blends all sounded just absolutely freaking fantastic. And this is the first one of the bunch I've melted. I kind of wanted to let them sit and cure, but I wanted to see just what her plain lavender was to start like before I dove into the rest. This is so pretty. It really is a good mix of both sweet and herbal. This I put in my kitchen. It was so strong. I will say this didn't last super long. It probably died out within like 6 hours or so, but the 6 hours that it was in there, it was booming. It was so incredibly strong and I absolutely loved it. So definitely one I will pick up again at some point if she offers it. And now I'm gonna be digging into Summer's lavender sampler and her creations. From the Candle Nurse, I melted From Gilead and the Sky. This is citrus, cedar, sheer florals, sandalwood, ozone, and musk. I put 3 pieces in my bedroom and then 3 pieces in the wax room here. I really didn't get much from this. I've mentioned before that I struggle with the Candle Nurse, and so I could get like a little bit of a fresh scent in the air, but it was incredibly light and I wasn't able to really pick out any one note. So not one that I would get again, but if you like fresh aquatic type scents, smells really pretty on cold. Okay, this next one, I hate to say this because I am so devastated by this one. This is from Knowles. This is Midnight Rain. Blackberry and Beach Evenings. Beach Evenings is his beach nights, and honestly, it is my favorite beach nights out there. It is unbelievable how good his beach nights is. It's a little bit different than anybody else's beach nights. It has a fresh note. There's a ginger note in his wax, and I don't know if that's what I'm picking up, but there's something just fresher about his beach nights. And so this is one I've always wanted to try because I love blackberry, and just pretty much anything that has his beach evenings in it, I want to get my hands on. So Summer had this and she sent it to me. So thank you so much, Summer. So I've kind of been waiting for a good day to warm this and just really looking forward to it. And I had enough pieces to do the bedrooms. This did not do well for me. I put this in my bedroom and I had the door closed. Hours later, I go to open the bedroom door and I'm hit with this like musty, stale air type of smell. And I thought, whoa, is it just musty in here because I've had the door closed? Is it the wax? And I was like trying to figure it out. I opened the door and kind of was like, okay, let this room air out. The scent would not go away. So I'm thinking I was getting it from this wax. Something about it just did not work for me on warm. It just smelled kind of like a musty room. Maybe it was because I had the door closed. I don't know. But even after I had the door open, there was more airflow. I wasn't able to get rid of that scent. And I was able to get rid of that scent once I changed the wax. And I'll show you what I changed it to here in a second. But it was lingering. And there was no reason, I mean, that room should have smelt like musty in any way. The doors open 99% of the time. Rip just kept getting in here and was messing with stuff. And so I closed it for a couple of hours. Like that shouldn't have completely changed the atmosphere of what my bedroom smells like. So I don't think this one is for me, but I want to try it again. I want to give it a second try because if it was something with my bedroom or if it was just my nose that day or whatever, because it seems crazy to me that this didn't work for me because this is totally up my alley. But I ended up taking that out after a few hours and nothing changing. And I put in from Swanky, this is Tahitian Vanilla Lime Strawberry. Stephanie gave this to me because I'm not really familiar with Swanky wax too much. And she was like, oh, you have to try it. You have to try some Swanky wax. This cleared it up immediately. As soon as I took this one out and put the Swanky one in, that fragrance went away. I mean, this has lime in it, so it's very bright and citrusy and fresh. But this was really pretty. Don't know if it's one I would need to get again, but it made the room smell like nice and clean and fresh again. So don't come for me. I want to try this one again, and I hope it was just something with my nose because everything about this I'm like obsessed with. It's totally up my alley. Oh, all right. Then I've got 3 from Super Tarts. Today I'm melting a brick in PNW. I really enjoy this scent. I've got multiple kind of clams of it. I think I have a bam bag from Wax Wednesday as well. This is Raindrops, Sweater Weather, Birch Beechwood, and Washington Apples. If you like apples and rain, this is your scent. Very, very fresh, atmospheric. You definitely have to like apple. The apple is prevalent and stands out. Gorgeous. And her wax throws beautifully for me. I've got 3 of the pieces here in this room and 3 pieces in my bedroom. And I feel like I'm just in this aquatic apple little heaven. My favorite oil from Brandy is her lavender. However she does lavender, I think she does it the best. Go to Sleep is one of my favorites. I think my favorite lavender ever. This one is a close second because I started purchasing this one at times when Go to Sleep wasn't available, and I've fallen in love with this one too. This is Raw Sugar and Lavender Buds. This was a full BAM, and I have been working on this BAM for months. I've just been melting a few pieces here and there. Lavender, vanilla cream, raw sugar crystals, and buttercream. Whatever she does to her lavender, it's such a beautiful mix of herbal and sweet. I have never smelled another lavender like it. I feel like she must blend multiple oils together, or she gets her lavender custom made. I don't know, but it is my favorite lavender on the market. So gorgeous. And they added like vanilla cream, the sugar crystals, the buttercream. It just gave this such a nice, like extra creamy effect. It made it sweeter. Beautiful, great performer. I put this throughout the bedrooms. I put this throughout the open concept. Love that and definitely would get it again. And then I melted a half BAM of Hippie Go Lucky. So I've been kind of saving this one because I didn't want to melt it, but I did pick up more on Wax Wednesday. So I felt like I could go ahead and melt this one. This is Salty Sea Air, Pink Sugar, Patchouli, Black Pepper, and Vanilla Bean. So I put this half BAM throughout like the whole house. I loved this. I loved this. First off, this went for 2 days before I took it out of the warmers. Her wax just does amazing for me. You get a lot of the Salty Sea Air and Pink Sugar. That's what I get the most. But then you kind of get hints of that like patchouli or black pepper in the background. Just a touch. It's very Salty Sea Air and sweet Pink Sugar forward, but I love kind of the depth behind it. This is a very complex scent and not one that I feel like I can describe super well. It's sweet, but also leans very atmospheric in quality. If you like Salty Sea Air, if you like Pink Sugar, try Hippie Go Lucky. This is gorgeous. I cannot wait to warm this again. I can't wait to get more, and I feel like this will be a staple fragrance for me with Super Tarts for years to come. From Teddy Bees, finished off 3 souffles. I've got Cozy Lavender Cream. Actually, I don't remember when I finished this. I found this in my linen closet, which is where I keep my wax empties, and it had fallen behind something. So it must have been in my empties at some point, and it had fallen out of my basket. So I don't have a great recollection of this. Toasted vanilla, cashmere cream, and lavender marshmallow. I do remember that it is a nice kind of toasty lavender scent, but I couldn't tell you much about the throw or performance from it. Clearly it didn't stand out to the point where I feel like I need to get it again, and so it's not one I'm going to look for by any means, but a pretty scent. Not Just Another Lavender Vanilla. I really love this one. This is beautiful. This is a blend of sweet and herbal lavender, vanilla mousse, sweet sugar, and vanilla musk. I love the musky qualities this scent has. The lavender is strong. You really do kind of get a mix of both sweet and herbal. The vanilla mousse just makes this really creamy. I have melted through 2 souffles of this in the last like month. I just kept wanting to smell it. This is a beautiful lavender scent. I love the creaminess that comes with this. And I've melted this not only in the bedrooms, but I've also put this in the open concept, and it performs great. So that's definitely one I would get again. And then last from Teddy Bees, the Water Gardens. I know a lot of people love this one. This is green tea, lemons, hints of lime and musk, which is under the lemon tree type, and then blended with salty driftwood. Put the souffle in my open concept. I didn't get much from this. I mean, I could tell that there was something in the warmers, and you got a lot of the lemon and kind of some green notes, like the green tea and the lemon. I feel like that's what I was able to pick up, but it was definitely on the lighter side. I didn't get the throw from this one that I would have expected by the scent profile and just would have wanted in general. So not one that I would get again, but I mean, I definitely could tell that there was something in my warmers, the air was fresher, and that's fine. I don't have to have everything to be a boomer, but I would have liked this one to throw a little bit better. And then lastly, we've got Swan Creek. So I've taken the last week or so and I've kind of melted some of my Swan Creek. I only have one clam, drizzle melts, whatever you want to call them, left. So first up, Italian Countryside. Okay, Natalie, don't come for me. Natalie absolutely adores this fragrance. Now, I think it is pretty, and I enjoyed this in my kitchen and open concept when I warmed this, but I don't think this is my type of scent. This is your like rosemary, focaccia, bread. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Ratatouille bar that Scentsy came out with. That one is more intense because it's got garlic and things, but it gives me that type of fragrance. It's a very foodie scent. And it was a great performer. It was pretty. I enjoyed it when I was melting it, but it's not one that I feel like I need to get more of. Yeah, I don't know. It was good, but I think if I want a foodie scent, I want like a bakery. I don't want to smell like rosemary bread. Not that it was bad. It was very, very pretty. And if you like those types of gourmand, foodie fragrances, I think you would love Italian Countryside, but it wasn't for me. I'm glad I tried it. Now I know. This one is Salty Sea Spray. Of course, the price tag is right on the top. I loved this one. This was really pretty. This wasn't as strong as I would have liked, but this is such a beautiful salty sea air type of scent. It almost leans kind of aquatic and a teeny bit laundry. It's very, very fresh. Definitely made my house smell super clean. This is actually what I have left. I've got one more Swan Creek melt and it's in the Salty Sea Spray. Love this scent. Definitely will melt it again probably pretty soon because I love those types of scents around this time of year. Feel like I've been doing a lot of spring cleaning, had my windows open some, and that's the type of fragrance that you want when you're doing something like that. And then lastly, finished off Lavender Linen. Had this going throughout the whole open concept as well. Beautiful. The lavender is not too intense in here, nor is the laundry. It's not an in-your-face laundry scent. The notes are blended so beautifully together. Again, kind of like the Salty Sea Spray. It's very fresh. It's one you'd want to melt when you're cleaning and you have your windows open, things like that. Very, very pretty. I enjoyed that a lot. Okay, that is it. Those are my empties for the last probably week and a half or so, and just also kind of how I'm feeling with wax right now. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling the next time I do an empties video. Maybe this is just a fluke in this last week or so, but yeah, I don't know. Not feeling it right now, but I'm sure some of you guys can relate. At least I hope so. I would love to say, though, thank you so very much for watching and hanging out with me today and seeing what I did finish up over the last couple of weeks. Really appreciate you all being here. Truly, it means so very much to me. There are so many people that you could choose to watch, so if you chose to watch and stay for the length of this video, I really, really appreciate you. I'll see you guys very soon in my next one. Bye.